What's good, gang? Today I want to discuss with you how to navigate the highs and lows of life. There's always going to be highs and lows in your life. That's just a natural course of what it means to be alive. There's always going to be ebbs and flows, ins and outs, ups and downs. That's just life. You know, there is a rhythm to how life is dictated, and it's never going to always stay in the same state at all times. Nothing's always going to be the same. There's always changes. There's always differences. It's always going to fluctuate because that's what it means to be alive. Now, I want to discuss with you the hermetic principle, the law of rhythm, right? The law of rhythm dictates that everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. All things rise and fall. If you're experiencing a downtime right now, I want you to understand that the reason why you're experiencing it is because at some point you were up. At some point you had been above. You had to be up in order to fall down. You can't fall down with being up first. You got to be standing up first to fall. That's just a part of life, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's seasons in life, right? There's seasons in general. There's seasons in nature. In nature, Mother Nature is always showing us, depending on the time of the year that it is, what season it is. There's always a different season that's happening and occurring. Currently is fall. Right now, I'm experiencing all these different colors of leaves, right? I don't know what the effects are with chlorophyll or whatever, but leaves are usually green. Right now, they're changing to bright yellows and oranges and reds. It's fall right now. That is the season that it is, dictating that that's just what the earth is choosing, you know, the rhythm of this moment. Now, I want you to understand there's seasons of your life. In some seasons of your life, you're going to be a little bit more relaxed. Your energy is going to go more towards relaxation or fun or trying to be more in tune with your friends and family and things like that. There's other seasons of your life where you're in straight up grind mode and all you're doing is grinding. All you're doing is working hard. All you're doing is hustling. There's seasons of your life that's going to be dedicated towards, you know, love and companionship, or dedicated to building romance or building your friendships or whatever. There's just different seasons of life, right? There's different seasons. There's the parenthood season. There's the party season. There's the, you know, I'm depressed season. There's all these different moments in life that you're going to have where there's seasons, right? But I want you to always understand that they are a season. They are a moment in time that is allotted for a specific moment in time. Fall doesn't last forever. Summer doesn't last forever. Winter doesn't last forever. Spring doesn't last forever. They're all seasons. They're all moments in time in which it's just going to be for that moment. What you got to learn to do is to navigate every season with what that season comes with. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand whatever season of life you're in, and you got to live that season to the fullest, because it don't come back. You know what I'm saying? You can go to a different one, but it don't come back. It's always going to change. There's always ups and downs. There's always valleys and peaks. You know, this game got valleys and peaks. Have expectations for dips. Have expectations for dips, because there will be valleys and there will be peaks. You know, in all different ways that you want to look at any sort of vibration, any sort of frequency, wavelength, vibration, it's always in flux. Things go up and down, up and down, up and down. Sound is vibration. If you look at sound, if you ever look at a sound wave, in order for something to be sound, for a noise to happen, the vibration must go up and down, just like this, right? If you ever look at the stock market, or if you look at anything like that, right? You look at the stock market, even if something is going up, even if something is increasing, if something is changing for the better, even when it's going up, it still is going to dip for like a second before it goes up again. It's going to dip for another couple seconds and then go up again. But it is going up and going down. It is a rhythm, right? A rise and a fall. It is a rhythm, and that is what you must understand, that things are always going to be up and down at all times. You got to navigate those highs and the lows by understanding where are you right now, right? Are you in a high moment or are you in a low moment? If you're in a high moment, try to keep things in that realm. If you're in a low moment, focus on trying to get higher. But it's always going to go up and it's always going to go down. That's just a natural course of life. If it did not go up and down, if it only went up and it never went down, and it was a complete flat line, that would mean it would be dead. It's not alive. There's no livelihood to it. There's nothing alive about it. That means that it's dead. If it's a flat line, that means it's dead. If it's still going up and down, that means it's alive. I want you to also understand that if you're on your self-improvement journey, that I think that there's been this lie sold to us that you can be operating on 10 100% of the time, that you can always be at optimum efficiency, that you're never going to falter, that you're always going to be perfect, that you're always in grind mode, you never sleep, you never take a break, you never have a moment that you're not operating the best. And that's just not true. That's just not accurate. That's not real. You know, nobody's on 10 at all times. If you were at 10 at all times, then you would never really be on 10. You get what I'm saying? Like it's a paradox. Like if you were in a bottomless pit and you're constantly falling, you don't know if you're up or if you're down. You can't always be doing the same thing at all times. Nothing is always on the same wavelength. If it is, then it's dead. It's flatline. But, you know, and most important, you know, it's like if you want to look at your efficiency or you want to look at your output and what you have in life and look at it in terms of 1 to 10. Sometimes you might be able to reach a 10, but that moment of 10, whether that's 10 efficiency or 10 happiness or 10 joy or 10 of, you know, working the best that you can, whatever that 10 is for you, right? That 10 is a moment. It's a season. It is a rhythm, right? You've reached that 10, but it has to go down. The very second that something reaches its height is the moment that it must descend because it's already reached the top. It's up at the top, so it has no choice but to go down, even if it's going down just a little bit. But it is going to go down. You know, anybody who's at the top of their game, whether it's an athlete or a writer or a musician or an actor or whoever, right? There's going to be moments where they reach their peak, where they're right at the peak of whatever they can achieve. They can do it, and they're at their top moment. But even from that top moment, it can only go down. Even if it's not going down a lot, it means it's going down. You go from 10 back down to 8. And you might be able to go back up to 10 again, but you don't go higher than 10. You just go up to 10, you go back down to 8. But most of the time, you know, you're going to maintain and cruise a certain level. If you're a person who likes to navigate and hover around that 8 or that 7 or that 6, you're going to be hovering, you know, 6 to 7, 6 to 8, 6 to 7, 6 to 8. That's what it's going to be. Now, if you're a person who's navigating at a 2 right now, it's really hard for you to go back up to 6. It's really hard for you to get to 6 if you've never been to 6, right? It's really hard for you to get to 6 and 7 and 8 if you've never been there, but you can get there. Your job is to not go back down to 2. The second that you ever reach a sustainable level of a 6 or a 7, you want to stay there. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna go down, things go up and they go down. It's your job to navigate to make sure that you stay in that same territory, right? It's your job to make sure that if you've reached 7, that if you go down, you only going down to 5. Don't go back down to 2 because you know the effort, the energy of how hard it is to go from 2 to 7. Is it difficult to go from 7 to 10? Absolutely, right? It's absolutely difficult, but it is not nearly as difficult as it is to get from 2 to 7. We've all been down like that. We've all been in a rough patch. We've all had a moment in which it was just not really, it wasn't smooth for us. It hurt. It was hard. We was hurting. But if you got yourself up, you can do it again. You can do it again. If you're at a moment where you have fallen and you're down, you're only down because you was up. So just get back up. You fall down 7 times, you stand up 8. You know what I'm saying? Navigate them highs and lows. Have expectations, right? Have expectations for dips. This game got valleys and peaks. Have expectations for dips. It's going to happen. Things are going to not ever stay exactly the same. You know, your happiest moment of life is your happiest moment of life. You can't always have the happiest moment of life. You can't be on 10 at all times. You know, these are just moments. Accept them and appreciate them when they come. But understand, based on the law of rhythm, things are going to go in and out. They're going to change. It ain't going to stay the same. You can't be in that happy moment at all times. But you also can't be in that sad moment at all times. Something better is going to happen for you. Something's going to evolve. Something's going to get better. That's all I wanted to really talk to you about right now. You know what I'm saying? Navigate those highs and lows. Understand that there are different seasons in life and things are going to change. Nothing's ever going to stay the same. And if you're in a downtime right now, you will rise. You will come back up. How do I know this? It's because you've done it before. And you're going to do it again. Anyway, you know, I love y'all. Thank you for rocking with me. I hope that this video helped you in some kind of way. I just wanted to talk about navigating the highs and lows. You know what I'm saying? But look, like I said, I love y'all. I hope to see you in the next one. I hope you have a blessed day. Take care, and peace.